Hi, I'm Sarah, and today we're going to go over the wall sit and a protocol for doing the wall sit to lower blood pressure. So research has clearly shown that isometric exercise, in particular the wall sit, also hand grip strength, the two that have been studied, are clearly well above all the other exercises to lower blood pressure. Even though the standard recommendation now is aerobic exercise, isometric exercises, let's talk about the wall sit, is even more effective than aerobic exercises in lowering blood pressure. So there's a specific protocol though to do, and it takes about 3 days a week, and it will take 14 minutes a day. And I'm going to do the first day with you. So if you have 14 minutes, go ahead and join me. All we need is a wall, and I have a stopwatch so I can do it. So this is how it goes. We do the wall sit for 2 minutes, and then we rest for 2 minutes. And we repeat that. So we'll get 4 wall sits with 3 rest periods, total of 14 minutes. And so let's start, actually. I'll get up near my wall. And so you've probably seen pictures of people doing wall sits throughout the internet, on social media, all over the place. And most people have a 90-degree angle with their knees. So that would just mean bringing your knee, your thighs, and your thighs parallel to the floor, with your knee directly over your ankle. That just means a 90-degree angle with your knee. However, that's not necessary to lower blood pressure. We can always try to work up to it. However, if you're new at this, if you're unfamiliar with exercise as a way to lower blood pressure, if you're unfamiliar with the wall sit, let's start easy, okay? So we don't have to go to a 90-degree angle. So I'm going to count 3, 2, 1, and we're gonna lower. So before we start, you wanna lean against the wall. Press yourself against the wall. And your feet should be about hip distance apart to start out, and 15 or so inches from the wall. And of course, you adjust them as you go. So you can either do it in bare feet or shoes that just make sure you have a solid grip so that your feet aren't going to slide out from under you. And if you want, you can have a cushion or a bolster underneath you just to sit down during your rest periods. Okay, so I'll count down 3, 2, 1, and I'll start the timer. And we'll do 2 minutes. So here we go. 3, 2, 1. I'm going to bring my feet out a little bit more. Okay, so you want to be able to hold this, and we want to keep breathing. See if we can keep breathing through our nose. And there's certain ways to measure the intensity. The first one is the 15 to 25% of your maximum voluntary contraction. But it's hard to gauge that at home when you're doing a home practice, unless of course you're in a lab. The other way to judge the intensity is toward the end of the wall sits. You want your heart rate to be 95% of your maximum heart rate. And according to the American Heart Association, to get the maximum, you take 220 and subtract your age, and that will give you the maximum heart rate. And then we get 95% of that. Okay. But that's also hard. I mean, if you don't have the proper devices at home. So there's a third way, and this is what we're gonna focus on today and throughout your home-based practice. So it's your rate of perceived exertion. So let's take a scale of 1 to 10. And you want to feel right now, at the last 30 seconds of each wall sit, you want that number to be about 5 to 6. So now we have 5 seconds left. 3, 2, 1. That's 2 minutes. And now we're gonna rest for 2 minutes. So let's come down. Ooh. Just breathe in and out through your nose. I'm resting here just because I have this video, but you can walk around. You can do a few things. It's just, we don't want to exert during this rest period. We want our breath rate to go down, your heart rate to go down. And already we're resting for 35 seconds and we're gonna get up to 2 minutes. Ooh. Next round, I'll talk a little bit about, actually I'll talk about focus right now. So there's a few things that you can focus on. One is external focus. You might want, to listen to music. You might want to listen to a podcast, things like that. I personally like my internal focus, where I like to feel the breath come in and out. I like to be present with the sensations that are happening throughout my body. But it's up to you. Whatever works for you. So here we have a 1.5 minute rest. Let's start to come into near the wall again, if you're away. And we're gonna get ready to start round 2. Okay. So this perceived rate of exertion, that's really subjective. So it's really, how hard do you think you're pushing yourself? So let's just make sure that at the last 30 seconds, it's between a 5 and 6 on a scale of 10. Here we go for the next round. 3, 2, 1, and lower. So I push everything to the wall. And I just breathe. I relax my jaw. I can close my eyes even. Sometimes that helps me focus within if I close my eyes, but it's nice to have your arms down by your side. I have a stopwatch, so here. So we keep breathing in and out from your nose, and just make sure you stay against the wall. You can even push up and just feel that energy coming toward the wall. We already have 1 minute here of our second wall sit. So we're approaching the final 30 seconds. Grab the stopwatch. Okay, so now we have 30 seconds left, and you want to have a sensation that you're exerting 5 to 6 on a scale of 10. So if this is too easy for you, then the next time, start to go down a little bit and use that as a gauge. Use the distance. If it's too hard for you and it's more than a 6, then lift up a little bit and don't go down so far. We have 5 seconds left of our second one. So 3, 2, 1. Now we start our 2-minute rest period. Ooh. And here again, I'm just here because I have the video here, but I'm letting my heart rate go down. I'm letting my breath rate go down. Feel free to walk around. When we do this in the yoga studio, when we walk around, I have people walk around with a block on their head so they can practice posture. Okay. We have almost. We have 1 more minute of resting. And we have 2 more wall sits to do today to wrap up the practice for the first day. Okay, so we have 30 seconds left. If you're walking around, come back toward the wall so we can set up for our 3rd round. 15 seconds left. You can start. Just make sure your feet are still hip distance apart, 15 or so inches from the wall, and let's start to lean back. And here we go. We have 5 seconds left. 3, 2, 1. Lower. Relax your arms by your side. Press your sacrum, your lower back, into the wall. And the reason why isometric contractions work is even at the degree of 5 to 6 on a scale of 10, it just restricts blood flow. And then it's usually this 5 to 6 is plenty. And then when you're done, it just releases, and then your blood pressure eventually lowers. And the thing is we want to make it consistent. So that's why we want to do this 3 times a week. And then we're almost at 1 minute of our 3rd wall sit. And people have been noticing differences by about 8 to 12 weeks into this program. But also, such an important aspect, just make sure that you're screened before you do this, and make sure that you're followed by your healthcare professional, and they know that you're doing this at home. And we have 30 seconds left. And remember, although the wall sits are effective, it's not meant as a substitute for what your healthcare professional is working on with you to manage your blood pressure. Okay, we have 5 seconds left. 3, 2, 1. Here I am. I'm going to go down, and you can start to walk around. We have 2 minutes of rest. And this is our last rest period. Because after the 4th wall sit, we're done. You can rest if you want, but it's not necessary. So whenever you exert yourself, rest periods are important to bring your breath rate back and your heart rate back to normal. It's always important to try to breathe through your nose, in and out through your nose. And we have 1 more minute until our final wall sit. So if you like this video, there's also a blog about lowering blood pressure. I'll put it in the description down below. And if you like this video, please subscribe to my Amenia Yoga YouTube channel. It's kind of new, it's a new channel, but I give health information. So also for healthy aging. All right, it's our last 30 seconds. So if you're away from the wall, let's come back toward the wall so we can get set. Just start to relax. It's our final one. You did it. 10 seconds left. Make sure your feet are about hip distance apart. 5 seconds. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, and we lower. 2 minutes. Nice. So remember, if the 5 and 6 was too hard, you want to lift up a little bit. And if it's too easy, then you want to lower a little bit more. But that intensity 5 to 6 out of a scale of 10 of your perceived amount of exertion is effective. So this is all based on research. There's studies, I'll put some in the links so you can, or they're actually on the blog, so you can look them up if you want. Just keep breathing. It's your last one. And we're almost at 1 minute. So what might seem like a 5 or 6 on your first 30-second to the end wall sit will probably be different. Like right now, for me, I think a 5 and a 6, I might have to lift up a little bit after 3 on our 4th wall sit. So you have to judge. And it's one of the easiest ways to find out, because all we need is a wall, and it's your, okay, here we are, last 30 seconds. So it's what you believe, how hard you feel you're pushing yourself. So for that, we don't need devices. And 15 more seconds. You can do it. We can do anything for 15 seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Great. Whew. Okay. Great job. Take a few moments and just, let your breath rate come back to normal, let your heart rate come back to normal. And as I said, if you like this video and if you want more, just subscribe to my new Amenia Yoga YouTube channel, and I will see you soon. Thank you.